So, I don't like making videos about terrorist attack and terrorism, and I never have before because, I don't really like talking about death and destruction on my channel. And I also, don't like talking about subject matters that don't really offer a great degree in terms of solutions or a great degree of, any practicality into it. So I guess that's why I've never done it. If you've been on my channel for a while, I've never ever talked about terrorist attacks. It's because I don't like to. Talking about death and destruction is not really something I want my channel to be based around. I really always wanted my channel, even though I talk about some dark stuff sometimes, I talk about social problems, I wanted to be a solution oriented, or have some sort of solution in each video I make, or something in each video I make that will carry you over into something you're trying to do in your life. That's why I don't talk about it, because when it comes to terrorism, there's no real solution. Well, there are lots of solutions I can think of, but nothing that I can employ, nothing I can even ask the viewer to employ, because I'm an American, so there really isn't anything I can do in terms of the terrorist attacks that happen, in France and happen in London, happen in Manchester. There's nothing really I can do, unfortunately, and nothing most people can do, and that's what's really sad about a lot of the people who are upset about this. But I think one thing that's really important is let's understand it. I've noticed this has been happening a lot. There's a trend that keeps happening that a lot of people have noticed and made comments about, and how a lot of people, they will change their Facebook profile. They'll make hashtag pray for London, pray for Manchester, whatever. They'll do their hashtag activism and their Facebook activism, but there's nothing that they do. Everything kind of goes back to the way it is. And there's a lot of people that are upset with that. They don't like the pattern. But I have to say, what really do you want these people to do? I guess maybe you're one of them who would rather they not do anything and they just continue living their lives. But they honestly can't stop the whole of their life to do nothing for a problem they can't solve. Honestly, I don't blame these people for going back to their day-to-day life, because what else are you supposed to do if there's an entire sea between you and the problem, right? That said, for the people who are actually in London, or the people who are actually in Europe right now, who are dealing with the bulk of these terrorist attacks and dealing with the bulk of the refugees coming in, who are becoming radicalized and attacking them, I think we all have to come to terms with one very important thing. There's nothing happy about this. This is sad, but seriously and bluntly, listen, if a child being killed isn't enough to spring these people into action, then it's game over. They've lost. They've been defeated, and I think it's time to start putting your energy into trying to find other solutions when you make your YouTube videos, because at this point, there's nothing else really we can do or say to them. If gynocentrism, or if trying to protect the child isn't enough to make these Europeans want to fight back against Islam, they're done. Even now, you still have people who are on Twitter, or different political leaders, even right now as we speak, who are still saying, no, the problem isn't Islam, it's radical Islamic terrorism. Well, no shit, it's radical Islamic terrorism, but that has a huge foothold in Islam, huh? Come on, maybe there are moderate Muslims, not even maybe, I know there are, but even still, look, we know what the problem is, and we don't need any government officials to tell us what the problem is, because the individuals who kill these people continuously tell them, I'm doing this for my Islamic faith. I don't know how much more clear that needs to be, honestly. But seriously, if this isn't enough, if children dying isn't enough to get these people to say we need to do something, it's over. It's over. If a child dying isn't enough to get the most staunch liberal to stop and reevaluate their defense of Islam and trying to separate, then that's game, set, match, unfortunately. And there's nothing positive about this. There's nothing happy about this. And that's why I don't like making these videos, because I want people to leave the video sad. I want people to leave the video hopeful. But it's over. And when it comes to London, if that isn't enough, and that's why, just on the London Bridge, a couple of people got stabbed and killed. Again, why? If that isn't enough to get these people to say, let's get these people out of here, or to fight back or do something, the birth rate even in London too is still is below replacement rate. There's not even enough to replace them into the next generation. It's lost, unfortunately. And it's not to say that there isn't anything that can't be done ever, because there are. But it takes action, and these people clearly do not want to take any action. So there's nothing left to say when it comes to terrorism attacks. It has become, excuse me, not a daily occurrence, but it's become often enough to where everyone has said everything that they can say. There's nothing left to say. And that's what's really sad about this, and that's what's really terrible. That's why I don't like making these kinds of videos in general, because you can't say anything. The only thing that can be said is, if children dying won't spring these people into action, they lost. And I think it's time people start putting their energy and their effort into preventing the next civilization from being run over, because Europe, they seem to be cucked, unfortunately. It doesn't seem like there's going to be anything that's going to make them fight back. So, with that being said, man, I actually hope you guys, I know you guys did enjoy today's video, but, I mean, if you did, man, go ahead and click the like button. And shoot, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Comment in the comment box below. As always, you guys have yourselves a great day. I'll see you cool cats soon. Adios.